In this week's episode of What to Sell Online on Amazon FBA here in Australia, we're going to talk about balls, golf balls. So that lovely little piece of awesomeness is a slow-mo of a golf ball being hit. And how cool is that? Looks bloody awesome. So I want to talk today about something a little bit different. So I've done a lot of different videos all about what to sell online on Amazon here in Australia. And I thought it would be a good opportunity now because summer's kind of coming to an end here in Oz. European summers, well, European spring at least is kind of beginning to spring. So it's time to talk more about perennial products that are always going to be great sellers. So I've done a couple of things with regards to things which are going to be one-hit wonders throughout the year. So Valentine's Day, Christmas, things like that. So I want to talk now about perennial products because for me, it's important to build up a portfolio of products that are going to give you different results based on the outcomes that you're looking for. And what you want to do is build up perennial products and then also build up seasonal products as well. And then out of that, you often find that you'll get blockbuster products as well. So I don't personally go looking for blockbuster products, the products that make you $50,000 a month. I don't personally go looking for those. When you find them, that's awesome, of course. But for me, it's more of an accidental kind of stumbling across them rather than a concerted effort to go after them. And that's because on Amazon, those big blockbuster products, and think of things like iPhone cases, vegetable spiralizers, the humidifiers that go into rooms, things like that. Things what everybody thinks of, the spatulas, the baking mats, the yoga mats, those kind of things where everybody thinks of them. And they're very sexy products to sell, of course. Everybody thinks of them, but because everybody else is thinking about them, everybody else is selling them, there's a huge amount of competition. So I'm not interested in that. I'm interested in real low-hanging fruit. How can I make one of my products sell, say, $5,000 a month? And if I can get a product to $5,000 a month consistently, I'm very happy with that, and I'll do that all day long. So I'm much more interested in finding those products and putting together 10 of those products to give me that $50,000 a month, rather than finding one product that will make me $50,000 a month. So it's nowhere near as sexy, but as a business strategy, I think it's much more sustainable, long-term business strategy. And because you're going into marketplaces that have got less opportunity for money, there's less competition, which is great, which means if you're applying what I'm showing you, whether that's within the Aussie online entrepreneurs, which if you're not a member, you should definitely join. But if you are a member, you already know how awesome it is, which I'm showing folks who are the very smart folks who are in the Aussie online entrepreneurs. So let's talk about balls. Let's talk about golf balls. So golf balls are a great product to sell on Amazon, and it's a perennial product, of course, always going to be an opportunity there for it. And the thing I like about golf balls is the levels that you can go to. So the levels that you can go to are, you can sell very cheap golf balls, which would just be practice golf balls for folks who just want to go and hack their way around the course, or they want to go and knock a few balls around in the backyard, something like that. Or you can sell the very professional ones aimed at the more professional golfer. And then of course everything in between. And I like that. It got a lot of scope for a lot of different things to do with them. And so for me, what I'm going to look for and show you today is a kind of lower end golf ball that would suit being swung around a little bit, suit you and your mates getting out on the course and hitting it around a bit. But if you're more of an avid player, it's a ball that you can also use to practice with without breaking the bank. So that's kind of where we're going with that. And the thing I really like about golf balls is the fact that I get to say balls heaps on this video, which is kind of cool. And also, of course, that they're a consumable product. Golfers smack them around and then they disappear, never to be found again, like my socks in the washing machine. So I like that as well because it's a consumable product. It's always got to be replenished. It's always got to be replaced. I like that about it too. And Once you get a customer who is a golfer, then of course you've got massive amounts of opportunities to sell them other things as well. And the whole golfing niche is a rabid throb of usually guys, let's be honest, usually guys who want to spend money to improve their golf game and have got cash to do that. Usually golfers are pretty cashed up people. They're certainly in that upper tier of income. So you can sell them a lot of other things too. Gloves and sunglasses and shades and things like that. So really, really cool. And then of course on the back of Tiger Woods, and you can use Tiger and people like that. Can you believe Tiger Woods got a divorce? Have you seen his wife, his ex-wife? What an idiot. What an idiot. Anyway, that's a whole new thing. But people like Tiger Woods, of course, Rory McIlroy, people like that, make it really, really easy for us to find our customers outside of the Amazon architecture as well. And I'll show you a little bit more about that in a second. All right, so let's dive into it. Let's go and look at some balls. All right, so first thing I want to do is we're going to come over to my very, very good friends, Merchant Words. I interviewed George Lawrence from Merchant Words just the other day. What a top bloke, really, really nice guy. I love what he's doing with Merchant Words and the data that he's collecting and making that available. It's got some very exciting things that are happening with Merchant Words as well, with regards to additional features they're going to integrate. It's going to be a real one-stop shop for Amazon sellers like us, and it's really my go-to tool for all things Amazon related. I don't use Jungle Scout, Sonar, or any of those kind of other tools. My tool of choice is Merchant Words. I absolutely love the data. So let's go here and put in Golfy Balls. So Golfy Balls, and this is going to return our search data for, of course, not only for Amazon in America, but also in the UK, Canada, Germany, France, And this is very, very new data, the Australian data and also the Japanese data as well. But we can see on the US site, we get 1 million searches a month for golf balls, 150,000 for golf ball. And usually people are looking to buy packs of golf balls, and so they'll search for that. That's an interesting distinction. How funny is that though? Golf balls for women. Like, why would that be a thing? They're a little bit lighter, or they're pink, or something crap like that. Do you see that, folks, who with the Cheetos making the crisps not as loud to eat? Clearly, she hasn't met my wife. All right, so if I click on over to Australia, we can see that I've got lots of good searches for golf balls. And it's a search, of course, that's growing, which is great. So I'm happy with that. That's good. And let's go do some more. So we'll come on over to Keyword Planner. So this is Google's keyword tool. 2 levels of that. First level where you don't have any campaigns running, or more importantly, where Google doesn't have your credit card. As soon as you put your credit card in and set up an advert and then pause it so you don't get charged anything, you get a whole new level of data, and that's where we want to go for. So I want to search for new keywords. I'm going to search for golf balls just because I want to see what's happening in Australia as far as search volume goes in Australia. This is a good way of seeing what's happening, so that's good. Just under 3,000 searches a month. And the thing I really like, look, is this. It is consistent. It's consistent. There is no peaks and troughs. It's consistent level of searching. You can see here, April has got a slight peak. Well, that's because obviously in Australia, beautiful weather in March and April. Lots of people out golfing. Sometimes it's a little bit too hot to go golfing, depending on where you live, in the summer months. But that's good. Nice level of search volume in Australia. Let's just check Google Trends. I'm just going to go golf. I just want to see the uptake of golf and how golfing's going in Australia. And we're just going to focus on Australia, and mostly because I want to see whereabouts folks are searching most, because it's going to be consistent. We knew that anyway. Excuse me. All right, so most of our traffic is based in New South Wales, Victoria and Queensland, but it's pretty well spread out. Oh, and Tassie there, taking out the rear. Did I just say taking out the rear? I don't think I should have said that. backing up the rear. Is that the better way of putting it? Let's move on. Let's move on. That's all getting far too crazy. Let's instead go to eBay. So now come to eBay only because I just want to see how many people on eBay in Australia are selling it. I want to see on an established e-commerce website what the sort of traffic's like. Well, that is a lot of people selling. That's great. So I know there's an opportunity there because there's some competition there. Weirdly, if there's zero competition, I am running for the hills, absolutely, because I don't want to be the person. Golf clubs, oops, we want golf balls, Neil. Thank you. So 9,000 for golf clubs. Oh, half of it still for golf balls. Interestingly, cool. So I can see that there's plenty of scope there for selling online. So people are clearly interested in going online. All right. Now let's go see if we can find them. So to see if we can find them, we're going to come over to Alibaba. And if you're a member of the Aussie Online Entrepreneurs, you already know this, and I already show you how to do this at a very, very deep level to really get the best possible supplier, and then, of course, to negotiate the best deal for those products. But if you're not a member, here's a quick and dirty way of finding yourself some balls, just because I like saying that word. Golf balls, here we go. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to check on the gold supplier and check on the assessed supplier, and that's going to just make sure that we're only dealing with legitimate people. For the most part on Alibaba, you are going to deal with legitimate people, but as a beginner, which I'm assuming you are, I'm just going to say check those two boxes. It'll get rid of other potential problems. All right, there's a lot of things you can do outside of that, but I just don't have time to cover them in this video. All right, so we can see here lots and lots of people selling golf balls. That's great, and we can buy them at anywhere from two-piece games from what, 10 cents each golf ball to 40 cents a golf ball, which is great. So we can buy them per unit. Oh, we can get them monogrammed as well. That'd be an interesting thing to do. An interesting little niche, monogrammed golf balls for the CEO out there. So there's plenty of scope to buy the product on Alibaba, so we know we can get it at a very, very cheap price. All right, so that would normally be sufficient for me to go and explore that category, explore that product at a much deeper level, and start the process of sourcing some samples and things like that. However, I just want to show you one more little thing. So here I am, when I'm thinking about a product on Amazon, I'm not just thinking about how can I make sales on Amazon, I'm also thinking about how can I use other advertising platforms to drive traffic to Amazon to get even more sales. So I'm interested in doing that too, and Amazon loves that. Jeff Bezos is all about that. So if you do it, you get massively rewarded. So here I am on Facebook and the Facebook Ads Manager, and as I said earlier, I'm going to set this to Australia. I'm going to leave everything really open, but let's go look for people who are interested in let's go look at golf, for instance, in Australia. So in Oz, there are just under 2 million people who are interested in some form of golf in Australia, which is great. What about if we look at actual specific golfers? Let's go for Tiger. Tiger's a pretty Tiger Woods. Here we go. 220,000 people have liked a page on Facebook related to Tiger Woods. Now, do you think those people who like Tiger Woods, like golf, are going to be potential customers for you and your new brand of golf ball? Well, absolutely they are. Absolutely they are. So that's one of the reasons I really love doing this. So, and if I was going to sell a high, so that's actually a low-end golf ball, a kind of mid to cheap range golf ball, somebody who likes Tiger Woods. Now, if I was going to build a nice brand of golf balls, charge a little bit more for them, target more professional golfers, then instead of going for somebody like Tiger Woods, I'd find somebody like Vijay Singh, for instance, who is another golfer, but he's the sort of golfer you may not have heard of. Let's see if I can spell his name right. Oh, it's not VJ, it's VJ, isn't it? Like that. Da, da. No, okay, having a bad moment right now. Let's see if I could get it like this. Golfer, there we go. So let's go find him. Let's see if we can find him on there. So now I'm looking for more obscure golfers, okay? So these are people who, like everybody knows Tiger, after his crazy affairs. We all know Tiger has been in the media, but people like Vijay Singh, Rory McIlroy, these are much more obscure golfers, okay? So in Australia, anybody who likes him, well, we've got 1,000 for him. Anybody who likes him, that's a great market for our professional level. Then we've got people like Rory McIlroy, let's see. So in Australia we've got 40, that's probably a better search. 44,000 people like Rory McIlroy. So again, when I'm looking at Amazon as a platform to sell things on, one of the other things I consider as well is other ways I can make more money from that one product too. Things like Facebook, Google Ads, things like that. All right, so that's it for today. Great product. I think golf balls, it's an absolute fantastic product. If you've got any desire at all to start selling things on Amazon, whether that be golf balls or whatever it is you're interested in, then you should come and check out the Aussie Online Entrepreneurs. It's a group of currently 455 awesome folks who, just like you, are building their own business on Amazon at various stages of our journey, from complete beginner through to making $50,000, $100,000 a month on Amazon and everything in between. Great bunch of folks, mostly Aussies in Australia. If you're in Aussie, in Australia, and you want to start selling online on Amazon here in Australia, come and check us out in the link below, and I'll see you soon. Bye.